Good morning. This is your Glow Corner moment. And I just want to bring to you, we're going to talk about was the soup worth it? Was the soup worth it? What are you talking about? I tell you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, was the soup worth you giving up your birthright? Was it worth you giving up your birthright for a bowl of soup? Partridge, stew, or whatever you want to call it? Was it really worth you giving up your birthright for a bowl of soup? Well, this is exactly what happened here with Esau and Jacob. Esau was the oldest, and then Jacob. Jacob came out, they were twins, and Jacob came out holding on to the heel of Esau as they came out of the womb. And God had already said that, had already told Rebecca, because Rebecca, they were having a little fight inside, and Lord, why is this happening? He said, because your younger son, there will be two, you have two nations inside of you. Your younger son, your older son will have to bow down to your younger son, and your younger son will become the leader. And so Esau out there, he's doing his gaming, he's doing everything, he's doing his hunting, he's trying to find everything. So what he does is he comes back in, he's tired, he's hungry, he's just famished, He can cook too, but Jacob had been cooking, and he said, hey brother, and I'm paraphrasing everything, hey brother, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm famished, I've been out there hunting and all this stuff, get me something to eat. Jacob says, oh, you want something to eat? Give me your birthright. Give me your birthright. He said, oh, well, right now, and he feeling at this moment, ain't gonna do my birthright, ain't not gonna do me any good. So what he does is he said, okay, you can have the birthright. You can have the birthright. Just give me something to eat. He said, make an oath to me. You got it. You got it. Just give me something to eat. And that's exactly what happened. He sold his birthrights to his brother Jacob. Now, the reason the birthright is important is because the birthright is given to the firstborn son. They get everything, the promises and the blessings are bestowed upon them. They get a double portion of all of the blessings, and they become leader of the family. They hear everything. So Jacob wanted that position. Jacob wanted Esau's birthright so that he can be recognized as the firstborn. Because remember, he came out holding on. So he didn't get that chance to be the firstborn, but he wanted those blessings. He wanted everything. So Esau chose temporary pleasure over a long-term, life-term blessing. Now remember this, Isaac and Rebekah, they show favoritism in their sons. Isaac loved Esau because Esau was a gamer. He was a boy's boy. He was a boy. That's my boy. That's my boy right there. That's my boy. He a gamer. He go out there, he kill him. My boy's bad with that bow and arrow. That's how Isaac was about Esau. That's my boy right there. You know how you are, men. You know how you are with your little boys when they out there playing baseball and they playing the little t-ball. That's my boy. Look how much my baby swing that bat. Watch him swing. Watch him hit. That's my boy. Rebecca, she loved Jacob. Jacob wasn't so manly, but he was more gentle. He was still a man, of course, but he was more gentle. So she liked that because he would put his little apron on. He would help his mama cook, dice up those onions, like top shelf. He did all that good stuff too. And so he was a cook. So that's what they did. So one loved one showed more favor to one showed favor to the other. Well, over in Genesis 27, Jacob, he's old now, he's blind, he's lost his sight. So he calls for Esau. He said, my son, please go out there and get some game for me. Come back cooking. He said, because I want to give you the blessing before I die. Because he knew he was dying, but he wanted to bless his son with his birthrights. He wanted to give him the blessing before he died. So Esau goes and he goes out. He said, okay, daddy, whatever. I'm going to take care of you. I got you, dad. So he goes out and he's going to get the blessings for his dad. Rebecca, she's overhearing it. Now, let me tell you one thing. Jacob, he's named Jacob because he was a trickster. Now, let me tell you one thing about Jacob. That was a learned behavior. No one is born out the womb and being a trickster. No one learns how to be a trickster. That was a learned behavior. Oh, What are you talking about? That's a learned behavior. That's not what the Bible said. I'm telling you it's a learned behavior. A lot of stuff our kids do is because it's a learned behavior. Our kids are not, the kids are not born racist. It's a learned behavior. It's what they see at home. It's what they see and they hear at home. This is what happened with Jacob. He saw and he heard it. He saw his mom. His mama overheard Esau talking to Isaac, Isaac talking to Esau. So what does she do? She said, Jacob, come here. Come. I overheard your dad talking to Esau, telling Esau to go out and get him some wild game, and come back and cook it and bring it to him. And then he's going to give him the blessing. She said, but I need you to do. This is what I need you. I need you to go out there. I need you to give me 2 goats. Give me some goats. Bring them back here. And we're going to do the bit. And then I'm going to cook up your dad's favorite meal. And you're going to go in. You're going to give it to him. And you're going to get the blessing. So Jacob's like, but Dad going to know that I'm not Esau. Soon as he touched me, he going to realize I'm not Esau. He's red and he's hairy. And I'm just smooth skinned. She said, don't worry about that. I got that handled. Just do as I tell you to do. So he goes and he does exactly what his mom says to do. He comes back. She cooked the meal. She takes the hair from the goat. She plastered all over him. All in his hands, his arm, all around his neck and everything. So he takes the food he puts on Esau's coat. So he goes in there to his dad. His dad said, son, Isaac's like, wait a minute. He said, wait a minute. You sound like Jacob. He said, come a little bit closer. He feeling him. He say, okay, you feel like Esau, but you sound like Jacob. So he said, bring me the food, and I'm shortening it up for the sake of time. So he's eating the food. So Jacob is no fool. See, Jacob had a spirit of discernment. He discerned that this is not Esau. Something's not right. You sound like Jacob. Let me feel you. Let me see. Okay. So, but still, he still got spirit of discernment. He says, something just not right. So after he finished eating, he says, Esau, come and kiss me. You know why, huh? He said, come and kiss me so I can give you the blessing. So Jacob reaches down, he kisses his dad. Now why? He said, you smell like Esau. See, he wanted to smell because see, Esau was going to smell like outside. Because one of the things he said, wait a minute, I sent you and you came back this quick? Normally it's going to take you about 2 hours to go out there and get the game, clean it, cook it, and bring it to me. But you did that in an hour. See, but that's why he decided the voice didn't sound right. You came back too quick. Come on, he putting everything together. So when he smelled him, he said, okay, you smell like Esau. Because he know he should have smelled like the outside. And that's what he said. He said, okay, you smell like wild game. You smell like the outside. So you are Esau. So he declares the blessings of Esau. He give Jacob the blessing. No sooner than Jacob leaves, he's done with the blessing, and Jacob leaves. Esau comes in. Esau goes to the kitchen. He's cooking his food. He's getting everything together for his dad. He goes in. He said, Father, I'm here. Here's your food. He said, wait a minute. Well, who was that in here? Somebody just tricked me. He said, I just gave the blessing to your brother. He said, and it cannot be taken back. I can't recall it. It's irrevocable. You can't get it back. Irrevocable. What's done is done. And Esau's begging him, please, just one blessing, just one blessing, just one blessing. And he said, I can't give it to you. There's no way. It's gone. So I said all that to say this. Was the soup worth it? Was the soup worth it? See, what the lesson that we learned from Esau is, don't be so quick to make a promise. Take the time, think about it, say, give me a little minute, let me think about this here. Because he could have took the time to stop and say, wait a minute, let me think about this here because this don't sound right. Let me get back with you. And even though I'm hungry, let me get back with you. Don't always be intentional and careful with what you guarantee to someone. Your word is your bond. Your bond is your word. Your word is your bond. Your bond is your word. Come on. And always remain humble. And parents, don't show partiality between your children, because this is where the division came in. Because Rebecca inserted herself in something she had nothing to do with. So the last thing is, always trust God to be your provider. See, Esau should have trusted God. God, I'm hungry. My brother won my birthright. I know I'm the chosen. Everything coming to me. Lord, feed me. I need you to feed me. Because if God put what money in the fish's mouth, would he not give it to you? If God fed, took two fish and 5 loaves of bread and fed a multitude, will he not feed you? So I said all that to say this. Do not allow yourself to be put in that situation. Ask yourself, was the soup worth it? Was the soup worth you? Was the temporary pleasure worth you losing everything? Be blessed.